Hi, very good evening to you all. I'm Kalpana Sevandi, Program Coordinator of GFN. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you to the official Hive, a youth-driven platform to connect the next generation of sustainability leaders. Today, it's the beginning of a movement, a space where knowledge meets action, where passion meets purpose, and where future change makers their first steps into meaningful green careers. Eco Hive was born out of belief that sustainability is not just a subject, it's a mindset, a skill set, and a movement. And through GFN, we are here to nurture those who are ready to lead the change. Behind every moment lies a visionary, and today it's now my honor to introduce the visionary behind the Green Future Network, someone who turned her purpose into movement. Upeksha Virajini is a civil engineer, climate educator, and sustainability strategist with a diverse background spanning green building design, energy and carbon management, and now youth-centered sustainability education. She holds an MSc in Building Services Engineering and a BSc in Civil Engineering from the University of Moratuwa, where her early work in building retrofits and carbon management laid the foundation for her broader mission. Upeksha's career has bridged multiple sectors from engineering consultancy to strategic leadership. As the former general manager of Green Building Council of Sri Lanka, she led the development of green rating systems and worked closely with global partners, including the World Green Building Council. She has also worked as a carbon consultant in local and international projects, supporting decarbonization efforts in the different sectors. Today, as the founder of Eco Hive, driven by a passion to make sustainability both actionable and inclusive, Upeksha launched the Green Future Network to help youth navigate green careers with skills, confidence, and purpose. Upeksha is also a university lecturer, mentor, and most importantly, a catalyst for change, bringing technical expertise and human-centered leadership to empower the next generation of climate champions. Please join me in inviting Upeksha Virajini, the heart behind this growing movement, to take the stage and introduce the Green Future Network, its purpose, and powerful journey that brought it to life. Over to you, Upeksha.
Okay, thank you, Kalpana. I hope I am audible to you and my screen is visible. Okay, so once again, good evening, everyone. I'm going to, I would like to use the first few minutes to give you a brief introduction about the Green Future Network. So throughout next few minutes, I'll explain the future of work and green skills, why Green Future Network and the story and the purpose, what GFN offers, and who can join and how. Okay. So everyone knows that the future of work is changing, but the big question is whether we are ready, whether you are ready. So I'd like to start my story with this one. When we talk about the jobs or careers, economy is a very important matter to discuss. So let's start from the evolution of economy. So we know that our traditional economy, which was based on barter and farming, and we have now evolved towards globalization and digital economy. But this far we came at a cost, increasing consumption, waste, and carbon emissions, leading to climate crisis. So we are now talking about this global challenge called climate crisis. And as a solution to that, at some point, um, we are talking about now a green economy, an economic model that creates growth while protecting the planet. So it's a low carbon, resource efficient, and socially inclusive economy. That's one part. The climate crisis is one aspect that we need to discuss, and AI disruption is also there. That challenge is also there, which have put on a threat to the careers. And with the global challenges or political reasons and wars and things like that, the economic instability is there. So all these factors are now putting pressures on the global uh, career market. So I would like to state few facts based on the Futures of Jobs report, the latest one published by the World Economic Forum. It highlights 5 key labor market drivers, and you can see the green transition is also there. And the same report highlights top 10 fastest growing skills by 2030. Even there, the environmental stewardship or the green skills are there. And another important thing that highlights the current capacity for substitution by generative AI. So this measures how easily different skill groups could be substituted by generative AI. So here also you can see fourth from the last, environmental stewardship appears very low in the substitution capacity. So green skills are future-proof and remain highly human and essential even in an AI-driven world. So now we have discussed the importance of the green skills. Now, in the transition towards a green economy, next we'll discuss why they are essential in every sector. So this is based on another important report, the LinkedIn, published by LinkedIn Global Green Skill Report. And we have now already talked about green skills, but what is green skills? Green skills are essential. They are the skills that are directly combat the skills that are helpful to directly combat the effects of climate change. Those are the green skills. And with that, we are talking about green jobs also. That have sustainability at their core and cannot be performed without extensive knowledge of green skills. And we are talking about green talent also with reference to LinkedIn. And this report also highlights the green job demand is rising fast. Within a year, the demand has doubled, but the supply has not met that gap. So there's a big talent gap coming by 2050. 1 in 2 jobs will need green skills, but there won't be enough skilled people to fill them. So higher the green skills, better the chances. So, and also when we hear green skills, we will picture environmentally scientists like that. But green skills are not only for them. They require for every sector. I'll give you one example. So this is recently published article in Sunday Observer. So this highlights this is why Sri Lankan banks must urgently consider climate risk in their lending. So accordingly, now banks are also looking at climate risk when deciding who gets loans. So they have to factor that. For that, they require green skills. So that's why I'm saying even finance needs green skills. What about others? Everyone is dealing with banks, and if they ask, how about what are the challenges that you face in your business? We have to answer. So at some point, everyone should have green skills to even to deal with the bank. So sustainability is becoming essential in almost every career. So especially a country like Sri Lanka, training professionals to manage climate risk is important for protecting the economy. And the report, the same report, the LinkedIn Green Skill report, it highlights only 1 in 20 green Gen Z. So it highlights as aspect about the green Gen Z. I think most of you falls under that. So only 1 in 20 Gen Z workers have green skill today. And by 2030, 1/3 of the workforce will be you, the Gen Z. The same report highlights most Gen Z wants to help the combating climate change and support towards green careers, but they highlight that the access to training is limited. So that's where Green Future Network comes in. We identified that gap, especially as Kalpana mentioned about my career story in brief. So starting from a civil engineer, now to found this platform, I added green skills step by step, and I identified the need for empowering youth, and there's a requirement. So that's why we founded Green Future Network through Eco Hive. So Green Future Network is actually a membership-based platform to build, connect, and launch green careers. So we lead with purpose through sustainability education, mentorship, and community leadership. And we will act with impact by joining real-world projects, campaigns, and climate action. And we will transform this vision by stepping into purpose-driven careers in the green economy. So that's why our vision is to create Sri Lanka's most dynamic future youth network for sustainability, where future leaders are trained, connected, and celebrated as change makers for a greener world. Okay, so what we offer as Green Future Network? We will offer the members of you, everyone, the green skill training, mentorship and career guidance, industry exposure through projects, recognition. We will provide allow recognition for your impact through gamification. So we act through when we talk about the how GFN works, there are three components: grow, act, and rise. So you can grow within the network. You can learn, discover, and prepare. Then you can act. This is a very practical. We want this network to be very practical one, doing real sustainability with real impact, and with that you can rise, you can connect, earn, and influence. So I would like to introduce you the pathway also through the Green Future Network. So everyone, most of you can start the pathway as a Green Eco Hive Explorer. That's the entry-level member. Then by completing our foundation program, achieving basic green skills, you can become Eco Hive Trailblazer and start working on projects, and you can join us and do real projects. Then at some point you can earn, you can become an Eco Hive ambassador, and later on even Eco Hive mentor or fellow. Okay, so to go along that pathway, what are the programs we have planned? So the first set of activities are available for all members at the entry level, like Green Eco Hive Explorers. So there will be expert-led sessions, awareness sessions, then peer networking sessions, both online and on physical. Then school and other community outreach programs. Then monthly challenges, eco stories, and there are so many education and project basis activities, especially voluntary activities. Then active members, like when you step along some point, you will gain this job preparation workshops, mentorships, like that. So there are so many works we have planned for you as members. Then who can join? As to the first step, you can join as Eco Hive Explorers, university students in any discipline, because every sector needs green skills. So we have not put limit for that. So any university students and early career professionals then anyone passionate about climate action, green innovation, or sustainability careers, and even for experienced professionals who would like to share their give back to the society what you have gained. So you can also join us. Then corporate partners, we would like to invite if there are any corporate partners in the meeting also. Uh, we are open for collaboration, partner with us to offer internships, jobs, and mentorships to the future generation. So, okay, so how can you join? You can register as a you can register for the membership, and even we are starting the first Green Career Readiness program also in July. You can register for that also. For a if you are willing to become a mentor or an institutional partner, uh, you can send us an EOI or directly contact us, and also you can collaborate with us with projects. Okay, I would like to end up my introduction with the final thought. The world doesn't just need professionals, it needs pioneers with purpose. So at Green Future Network, you are not preparing for a job, you are preparing to lead a sustainable future. So that's why we don't call it, this is a network, but it's a launch pad for change. Okay, thank you. Over to you, Kalpana.
Thank you so much, Upeksha, for that heartfelt introduction. Um, to set the tone of this journey, we are privileged to hear from someone whose work has transformed not only Sri Lanka's sustainability landscape, but also the personal journeys of many, including our founder. To introduce our keynote speaker, it's my pleasure to once again invite Upeksha Virajini to spotlight. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Kalpana. Yeah, it's such an honor to have him here today because he's one who inspired me to take my first steps into this field, sustainability, and ultimately ended up creating Eco Hive and the Green Future Network. So, Professor Rangika Halwatura is more than an academic or engineer. He's a force of nature in the world of sustainable innovation. A civil engineer, researcher, mentor, entrepreneur, and above all, a pioneer whose work has impacted classrooms and communities alike. As a senior professor of civil engineering at the University of Moratuwa, he has led groundbreaking work in green materials, low-cost construction, waste upcycling, forensic engineering, pushing the boundaries of what sustainable design can achieve. One of his most inspiring recent achievements is the successful coral reef transplantation in the waters of Bay River, a project that began as a fragile dream inside university labs and has since earned the national recognition. His contribution to the field has earned him a remarkable number of national and international awards, including the CVCD Excellence Award as Most Outstanding Young Researcher in Technology and Engineering, the Energy Globe Award recognizing his eco-friendly innovations on a global stage, the TIVA's Young Scientist Award honoring the best young scientists in the developing world, and most recently, the Outstanding Green Professional Award from the Green Building Council of Sri Lanka. But beyond the accolades lies something even more meaningful. Professor Halwatura truly lives what he teaches. As someone even raising his children close to nature, sustainability isn't just his research, it's his way of life. His leadership continues to inspire not just students, but also early professionals, entrepreneurs, and dreamers across Sri Lanka and beyond. So tonight, it's with the deepest gratitude and admiration that I welcome him, not just as our keynote speaker, but as my mentor and a role model for all of us who believe in building a better, greener world. Please join me in warmly welcoming Professor Rangika Halwatura to deliver his keynote on building the mindset for a green future. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Upeksha. I think I'm audible and visible as well.
Yes, Professor.
Well, thanks. I mean, good to see big numbers joining with your first event, and good to see you're into green and you're into sustainability because I was always loudly talked about the sustainability when you're at the class, and finally, I can see I mean, these tiny blossoms of the young blood basically coming into the sustainability, right? So, yeah, wishing you all the very best with your new initiative. It's not a keynote, but just to make a small eye opener about on the sustainability. So that's what I was asked to do for half an hour to 20 minutes. Without wasting your time, actually, I have a small the issue with the connectivity we have with the hotspot from my phone, but I hope my connection is stable, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. Okay, good. So let me share the screen to talk. Uh, Hope you can see the screen
Yes, sir, we can see.
now. Right. Thanks. Well, this is what I was basically thought of talking to you today. It's about the true sustainability because wherever we talked about the sustainability, I personally feel it's more business. I mean, it's not really into the sustainability. We know we talked about the green building councils everywhere, starting from Leeds to, there are a lot of the rating systems available, and there are a lot of initiations with respect to the sustainability, and we have 17 sustainable the goals SDGs. But to me, I mean, this is my personal view. I always believe and I always think all these sustainability stories are political, and it's more into the business. But in a way, it's good. I mean, at least as a business, you talked about the sustainability, you try to talk about and build a sustainable culture. So, well, that's very important. But at the same time, it's very important to know the meaning of true sustainability. Sustainability is not a business; it's not political. I mean, and the environment protection and saving the environment is no longer a business. I mean, you have to understand it's part of your life. It's passion. I mean, it's your it's more into your attitudes. We talk when you talked about the sustainability, we talked about uh, the green construction or the being greener. There we talked about the pollution, the waste management, and we talked about the material, nature. But even the last week we celebrated the World Environment Day. So that was a sort of organization also you may have done. Lot of activities with respect to the sustainability and the environment protection. Even myself, actually, I have programs on sustainability to teach about the sustain. But at the end of the day, I mean, whatever said and done, we have to understand it's sustainability is not. I mean, they said the event not to base. I mean, not to force the people. Or rather change their attitudes towards the environment protection, but more than that, it's part of the business. After 5th of June, again they are back to normal. And even today, I don't know whether you'll be able to hear. We talked about the air pollution. We talked about the carbon dioxide level and so and so. But look at the noise pollution around. Even my more than my voice, you will be able to hearing a lot of other noises because yesterday was the Pusan Poe Day, and there are a lot of celebrations here and there. But all these things, I mean, part and parcels of the nation. I mean, we by introducing the sustainability concept, I still believe we are trying to get the control of the nature. So we conduct activities, we conduct workshops, we conduct the things here and there, but still, we are not really good at understanding and hearing the real call of nature. So that's what I personally believe. So that's what I can hear behind me as well. Because we think we are the bosses. I mean, as far as or until we keep on thinking we are the bosses and we need to rule the world. Don't ever think we can establish the through sustainability or rather plan the through sustainability or rather save the environment. So that's my the first message. I mean, whoever wants to talk about sustainability, I mean, well, you take it as part of your business, but make sure you try to change the attitudes of human. I mean, don't try to control. I mean, don't try to control the nature. More than try to control the nature, try to be part of it and try to enjoy your life. So, keep that small note from me at the very beginning of your this particular. This is not a formal lecture. It's not a keynote. I want it to be a sort of a storytelling for you to understand what is through sustainability. So you can see the topic is through sustainability, but today, I mean, at this today's context, I don't think we'll be able to talk about the through sustainability because it's far away from the real meaning. You talked about sustainability. You go to I mean, you go to the sustainability division definition. Let's say the United Nations the sustainable division. It says you enjoy your life. It's not really asking you to go back to the cave age. You have some hang some live. I mean, that is not the sustainability means. You enjoy your life under the sun. You can do anything under the sun to make you happy, but don't ever compromise the ability of the next generation to have their life. But you think of all these green constructions, the green projects happening around you. Are they really sustainable? Are they really giving, or are they really not compromising the next generation's ability? I mean, for me, no, not at all. But we still call them as green projects. It's a disaster. Well, keeping that note, I thought like for you to talk about, or for me to talk about the through sustainability, I don't think we'll be able to do by taking the practical examples from today. So I thought like taking you to the way back to Sri Lankan history and to tell you about what is mean by green and what is mean by what is mean by sustainability. Third of taking you to about 3,200 years back from today. Uh, this particular tile, I always start talking about the being green and being sustainable, I really love to show this particular slide. In my left hand side, actually, that's the oldest clay burnt tile found in Sri Lanka. That is the carbon dating goes back to 3,200 years back from today. And it's not a big technology. They have taken the clay, they tamped it, and made it hole at the top. Yeah, that's it. So that's the technology they have, and they have burned it. So as I told you, there's nothing big, new, big technology. That is the oldest clay tile we found. Going to the other side, to your right hand side, that's again a clay tile. The carbon dating, the timing goes back to 1,800 years back from today, and found in both tiles were found in Anuradhapura. The first one, the left hand side tile was found about 32 feet down where you see Anuradhapura today, and the right hand side, the tile. It's basically found in near Jetavanaramya. It's again a clay tile. You can see the cross section of the tile. You can see two of my fingers, and with that you will be able to understand the cross section of the tile. It's not a thin layer. The blue color is a glazing layer. The bottom is a pressed clay layer, and over the pressed clay layer they have applied, or they have placed another thick layer of glazing. So that's how they made it, and they burned the clay tile at a temperature of 850. So that's the technology. I mean, that's the technicality of that particular tile. Going to the sustainable aspects and moving to the technology. Now, this particular the tile was found in Anuradhapura, yes, and this was burned at a temperature of 850 centigrade. And these are two materials. One is clay, the other one is the glazing. So I'm very sure you know about the coefficient of thermal expansion. So each and every material, if you undergo, I mean, if you give a thermal stress, they expand in different ways. Different materials, they expand in different ways. So you may have experienced this many places in your life. let's say a glass, the glass bar, let's say the piece of asbestos, you throw that to the fire, it will fire like cracks. So it breaks like with a cracking noise, because that can't take the thermal stress due to the temperature gradient across the material, and that will definitely peel off, or rather the pieces will be peel off from the asbestos. So that's the knowledge, that's the theory you have learned in your life. But look at this particular tile, you can see the surface, there's not a single crack on the surface. So how that is possible? I mean, definitely they may have changed the properties of the material, either glazing or the clay, and they have meshed the coefficient of thermal expansion. That's why they have basically burn it at a temperature of 850. So that is the technicality of the problem. But I didn't come to the sustainability aspects of this particular tile. This Anuradhapura, that is so hot. I mean, it's not like the Nuvareli. It's always so hot. So today you forget Anuradhapura. You come back to the 2025. To take the heat out, what you do is you have the roof, and you have the insulation below the roof. Then you have the ceiling, and after that you may have a fan or an air conditioner to achieve the thermal comfort. I mean, that is what is the sustainable solution you practice today. But these people, I mean, that is the modern practice. But these people, having a glazing layer at the top, they manage to reflect the heat about 90 to 95% at the rooftop level. So only then 10% enter into the structure. So by changing, slightly modifying the material, slightly modifying the technology, slightly modifying the way they arrange, they manage to achieve the thermal comfort either natural or near natural way. And that is called sustainability. And the most important thing is, all these structures were developed 1,000, 2,000 years back. So just imagine, they have not gone to any university in the world. They haven't come tomorrow to university to study about the material engineering. They haven't studied chemical engineering, but they knew this particular thing over and above the knowledge you and I enjoy today. That was learned from the most important, the prestige university in the world best university, that's the nature. Because they learn from the nature. And the other thing, by burning, they manage to improve the properties. So that's why you can see these two tiles. I mean, even to 3,200, after 3,200 years, still they will be able to see the tile, because they manage to change the properties of the clay by burning. So that again, they learn from the nature, because may have seen near a bushfire, the clay is not really washing with the rain, but near the lake, the clay is just washing out with the water. So they learn from the nature. They learned from the nature, they got the problem, they learned from the nature, and they solve the problem either natural or near natural way than what you do today. So you have a comparison on what you do today and what exactly was happening in the past. So this is one good example from the past. I'll be able to bring thousands and thousands of examples from the past, but let me take you to my field, that's the construction. Almost all these structures, I mean, those are marvelous, massive, but even today, they bring billions of dollars to Sri Lanka with tourism. So all these structures, they are either natural or near natural. We'll take you to Dambululena. I mean, the painting was not really, the paints, the colors are not really taken from any country, not imported from any country. Those are all made in Sri Lanka. But I'm not going to talk about the paintings and the colors, but I'll take one important aspect from this Dambululena. I don't know how many of you have visited Dambulena, but those who have visited Dambulena, you may have not seen, you may have not, noticed any mold growth on the wall. But this is with 100% moisture. The condition, the relative humidity is really high at this particular temperature. Definitely, the relative humidity is nearly 100, because you can see the water is dripping. You can see these big the pots they are inside. The water is always dripping, but no mold growth on the wall. So it's really impossible with the modern science. You look at the structures they have created in the cave inside. you may think it's sort of a religious the need and a religious idea, but really speaking, these structures they have created to create a turbulence inside the structure and to take the excess motor, the water, the vapor, the moisture away from the wall, and you manage. I mean, they rather manage to make the wall without the wall and the painting without walls by doing a slight modification to the structure. For you to do this particular the simulation today, either you need to have a sophisticated high-end computer or else the wind tunnel simulation for you to do this particular the evaluation. But those people, without having all these sophisticated modern technology, the modern equipments, they manage to do this thing by learning from the nature. So all these structures, I mean, from the top to the bottom, all these structures, they have followed a very nice principle, that is to follow the nature. Follow the nature. So either natural or near natural. From construction to the agriculture, I mean, one could say Anuradhapura and Polonnaru era, there have been about 100, 200 people live there, and they went to the jungle, picked something, they ate and died. I'm not going to believe it. The previous slide, I was talking about massive structures. For them to make them, I'm definitely sure there should have been millions of people who lived in that particular era. But and about the agriculture, I mean, they used the minimum land part, got the maximum productivity, and they had a happier life than many of us who live today. The reason is, I mean, they knew one thing which you and I don't want to believe today, or rather we know but we don't want to believe. That is they knew that they are going to die one day. We people, even at the ICU bed, the last second we are trying to have additional one more second. I'm not going to say that is bad, but still, if you really want to be a sustainable person, and if you really wish to promote sustainability, you need to understand that you are going to die one day. You are going to die one day. So there's whatever the way you try, that's the point. You need to leave this particular world. They knew it. They knew that particular point. They have done the minimum harm to the nature, and that's why you and I enjoy the Sri Lankan the land as it today. But just imagine you go 100 years down the line in the timeline. Just see whether your generation, your future generation, will be able to use the same land plot you have used today in 10 years down the line. But those people, 1,000, 2,000 years ago, they have used the land, but they have kept the land for you to enjoy today. But you, it's a big question mark. Are we really doing right? Because we are here as the controllers, not as the consumers. We are trying to be the controllers. Whatever the way we try, from the agriculture to the construction or whatever you do, you are trying to hold the control. It's not within your community, it is about the nature. You are trying to get the control of the nature. So that's where the difference, I mean, from the old to the future, the difference is you be the leader. You are trying to be the leader of the nature. So from the agriculture, I'm going to take you to the medicine. I'm not going to talk about the medicinal setup which came with King Vijaya, that is the Ayurvedic Vedakama. But let me take you one simple example from the history about the Vedakama. There's something called Hela Vedakama. In Hela Vedakama, there's something called the Rasa Vedakama. In Rasa Vedakama, what they did was they took the mercury into the stone cup using a stone stick. They were working with the material for days and months. And every time the stone stick touches the stone cup, the mercury particles were broken into another level, and they managed to convert mercury, which is a heavy metal, which you and I don't want to even touch. They managed to convert the mercury to air, or rather a drinkable drug carrier out of mercury. We talked about the nanotechnology today. In really speaking, this is nanotechnology which was evolved in Sri Lanka in the East about 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 years ago. But unfortunately, those technologies exist today, but still we don't have the technology in Sri Lanka. We get the material from India. So that is the power of the Sri Lanka. I mean, with respect to the sustainability, I always believe the sustainability. If you take the sustainability as a snake, we are tapping the tail, not the head. The head is behind us. Head is basically coming behind us, going through searching for our foundation. But unfortunately, we are tapping the tail and we follow the west. Unfortunately, that will trap us more and more with this particular sustainable, the sustainability whole story, because we have trapped the tail, not the head. From the old the few slides, I'm going to take you to the world today. I mean, that is fantastic. You'll not be able to find anything you can't do with the modern technology today. We have gone to the moon and we are about to land on Mars. Maybe may not be our generation, but definitely for the future generation, they will be able to own about 5 to 10 birds from Mars. Who knows? You take your mobile phone. I mean, you'll not be able to find a single thing which you can't do with your mobile phone. It's so advanced. The technology is so advanced. That's why I told you, you are in whatever the alarms, whatever the hints given by the nature, you are trying to overrule. You are trying to supersede that to say, okay, you have the technology. What else? I mean, with the technology, we can manage all the threats given by the nature. So you you take the three examples which I was talking before, the agriculture. I mean, one could remember what you did in your childhood. I still can't remember. I was planting a tree without soil. Even a lotus, the plant, we took the plant, we put a clay plot, put the clay, plant the plant there and put that into the water. So that's how we planted. I mean, that's our childhood. But today, the agriculture is 100% I mean water based. It's hydroponic. It's without soil. You add a little bit of fish there. We call aquaponic because fish will give the fertilizers and it will fertilize the plant. So the agriculture into the next level now. Even without water, without the soil, you can't do the planting. The world population is 8 billion now. 8 billion population, you need more food. The scientists, the technologies, they are so smart. They have changed genes of the creature, and it's a meat bowl. I mean, more the people, more the population. You need more food. They have nicely done the changes, and now you have. I mean, you manage to cater what the 8 billion needs. Let me show you another interesting image about the chicken. I mean, when I was a kid, I still can remember the broiler chicken industry. It's uh, it's 45 days. I mean, it's 1.5 the month from this size to this size of a meat bowl. That will take about 1.5 months, 48 days. But today, you believe me, it is only 14 days. This creature can't even think of dying. It will be killed and sent to your plate. But these the cocks are much more advanced now. In the broiler chicken industry, there's a big issue with cleaning the meat bowl. So they have created a creature without feathers. So that's why I told you the science is much more advanced. When the nature gives you an alarm, the science knows how to solve it. Trying to get the power, hold the power back. If you can remember COVID, I mean, we all thought like we will die with the COVID, but after a few months, the countries were fighting to send the drug to Sri Lanka. I mean, to develop countries and the developing countries. So you think of a disease today, the next day you'll be able to find the disease. So we are much more advanced with respect to the technology. So that's what I wanted to tell you. So from there, I thought like taking you to show the real cross section of dwellings or the houses in Sri Lanka. The top house is a very a very poor house. The middle one, I could say it's a poor house. The bottom one is the state of the art. I mean, we all love to have a house like that. We have the technology, you have the sustainable aspects, and I mean, you name anything, all the technologies are there. Keep the three houses away. I'll take you to another set of images. This is the main the street Colombo before the independence. That means we were so poor Sri Lanka at that time. The bottom is the main street today. That is where you and I can see the main street. So with respect to the sustainability and the development, you can see the big difference, big change in the main street. But let me take you to the most sustainable and the technically sound the city in the world. That is Hong Kong City. When you talked about the sustainability, we talked about this Hong Kong City and the house there, but we never talked about the two families who lived in these two structures. But let me take one simple aspect and do a comparison of these two houses or the families who lives in these two houses. You take the sleep. The bottom house, they need more food. They need to earn more. So they spend overnight. Maybe they are working till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, and they had to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning because they have to take their kids to the school and to go to the office and so and so. So even to have a 3 to 4 hour sleep, they may take half of a sleeping tablet. But the two families who lives in the top two houses, well, they have no other option. The fuel will be automatically shut down after 8 p.m. in the night. From 8 p.m. to the early morning until the sun rises, they have to sleep. They have a better sleep than you and I. The snakes are the gliding over the roof, but still they have a happy sleep than you and I. But you you I mean you with respect to the quality of life, those two families are not really happy because I mean they always the go behind the standard set by you because we really love to live in a house like that, not the two houses above, but they don't have power even, but still they have a happier life. But you compare the families, we who lived in the city, we created thousands of problems and we try to solve them in I mean let's say you take any problem, any single problem, you have thousands of answers and you do another thousands of PhDs to find the best option or try to find I mean you compare the options and to get the best option. So it's basically you're creating problems and you are trying to solve with the modern science and the technology, whereas those people, they have very few problems. They try to solve them in a natural or near natural way, but still they're not happy because we have set a different or a wrong benchmark with respect to the sustainability and the technology. So that's something for you to think in this particular day for you to step into the real sustainability or rather the true sustainability. Well, none of these the images are the computer marks. I mean, you can easily you know that they are really existing. Let me take you to one interesting place in China. These the Beijing, China. These before the lockdown in 2019 December. The same location after 14 days of the lockdown, they took an image. You can see what exactly the human has done for thousands of years and how the nature has recovered within 14 days. So you have to understand the power of the nature, who is powerful, whether the 8 billion population in the world or the nature. To me, it's the nature. You can see how the nature has recovered. Let me show you another interesting image from Colombo. This is normal Colombo, and this is the Colombo which was there in last year December. So it's a toxic cloud. Basically came from India, but I mean you can say well that was done that was happened due to a blunder done by the Indians, but still it's human. So whatever said and done, we have to understand it's 8 billion population which you and I represents. I mean we are part and parcel of this particular big chunk of human who are trying to get the power of the nature. So, well, that's the message I wanted to pass you to do. I mean, this is what we were trying to do with the technology. We were trying to supersede the world, but exactly this is what exactly has happened. Every step we put forward, we have destroyed the nature. So that's what has happened throughout the history for the billions of years, millions of years, when the humans stepped into this earth, we have destroyed the nature, and it's really alarming. It's not the next generation. You don't have to think about the sustainability for the next generation. Your future is also at a risk. Let me take you to a interesting cartoon from the internet. Having a chat with the sun, you can see like you and I. They ask the like you're playing with the phone. They ask you to go to the sun to go to settings, go to display, and reduce the brightness. It's too hot to stay. But Suns replies, I'm sorry, I haven't done any changes to my settings. It's you who has done the changes. Please go back to your settings, increase the number of trees, reduce the number of concrete jungles, so and so. It's a big list of activities. But at the end, Sun says, nothing. I mean, it's not nothing wrong with the settings, but you need to change your mood now, like in the phone, the automa, the airplane mode and the silent mode and so and so. The sun says you need to revert from auto mode to human mode. It's a big message. If you really wish to be with the sustainability, the true sustainability, this matters a lot. You need to go back to your human mode from the auto mode. Other than that, there's no way, no future. How much we try to be sustainable and make it as a business, I'm sorry to say, nothing will work. Nothing will work. Every day, the nature tries to show its powers. Unless we identify the power of the nature, unless you change the mode to auto mode to your human mode and be try to understand, trying to understand you are part of the whole community which represent the world, there's no future for us. So that's the message I really wish to give you. And but since I mean this is about the sustainability, I thought like I will show you some of the examples of which we have created at the site. Before that, I mean, if anybody asks where am I mean, I show this particular image. I mean, it's not to show that I am a person who's loving to have the bath day and night, but more than that, I love to do or find the solution in a natural or near natural way. When the entire world is busy with the technology, I'm a person who loves to be with the nature. So that's what really made me here. It's like this. I mean, I mean, I'm not a musician, I'm not a tabla player, but this is what I was doing throughout my research career. I add my 2 cents to what I get from the nature and try to create something new. So let me show you how I have started some of my the inventions for you to try out in your life as well to for you to be sustainable. This Vespucci, you know how it works. So we have get the inspiration from the Vespucci, and we have created the mud concrete block, which is a sustainable material. And we didn't stop at that particular point. I mean, look at the Vespucci and this particular bird. I mean, bird is also doing the same as the soil and the water, but he used the tiny fiber to make a stronger wall than the Vespucci. So we have got the inspiration from there, and we have created a lot of inventions with respect to soil, and all these the inventions are now there in the market. So you'll be able to use them as sustainable. They are not really engineers. They are coming from different angles. Those are all multidisciplinary research happening, and the multidisciplinary inventions happen. So there is another short story. I mean, we wanted to invent these Seagrey mirror walls. So we started with the water alum sludge. From there we managed to develop the mirror wall. Now if anybody wants, you have the material for you to have the mirror wall, the sample of a mirror wall at your home now. And the protection, the coatings coming from the history, once again they have used the plant resin to develop the coating. So we have got the same inspiration, and we have developed a modern very latest the coating, which was again there at Seagrey over the Seagrey painting. So this coating is once again available, 100% natural, and all these things. Once again, it's not really me; it's a big team working together. So let me show you. I mean, this is another interesting story about the indoor air quality. We were talking about indoor air quality. I was talking about indoor air quality. This is a hybrid air purification system which was developed using the plants. You can see the team once again. And well, so I was talking about the sustainability in my first slide. Also, there I couldn't tell you. I mean, I didn't tell you actually. Not that I couldn't tell. I didn't tell you it's a piece of a small coral. So here also the same. We have another interesting research arm happening at my university to restore the gone coral reefs. So that's happening. So just a matter of reminding me the things happening at my lab and what we do to the nature. I put these the videos and the photos, but the story is not that actually. It's about the on your right hand side. Okinawa beach in 2014, they found the entire beach, the reef has gone. So they have replanted with tiny corals. You can see 2024, 2025, it's a thick coral jungle. If you do the right thing with the right team, with the right intention, what matters is the attitude. The rest is, I mean, the sustainability will be automatic. I mean, if you can change the attitudes of not many numbers, if you change one attitude of a single person, it will be a wave. I mean, it will be a huge wave which will flush out all these big-headed the mentality, and will be able to create the future in a real sustainable way. Whatever you do, whatever you create, I mean, unless you take that to the community, I mean, more than you enjoy with by earning and making you well. I personally believe we need to take them to the public. I mean, these are not my parents or grandparents. I met them in Kirinochi. I managed to build them a house. These are war-affected community. They haven't they don't have anybody in this world who they are belongs. But I managed to build a house, and with sustainable material. Actually, I always believe if I'm here, if I talk about the sustainability for any forum, I always believe it is nothing else. It's because of their true smile. So that's what I wanted to share with you. You need to put down your ego a bit and try to understand you are a part of this whole community. It's not the human, it's the big community. That's the nature. Thank you. Yes, Upeksha.
Yeah.
So with you.
Thank you, sir. That was really inspiring talk. Yeah, you very well spotted. If people live reminding one day we will die and the world would be much better. And also, we are going too fast with the technology and all. And one day we will realize surpassing or overruling nature, it's doing nothing good for us. So everyone is part of nature, and we have to respect that, and we have to align with it. So with that, and thank you very much, sir, for your time. And let me share my screen again. Yes. As Professor mentioned about the how Sri Lankan, the past, how we came up with a sustainable technology or green technology, what we had, and even different countries wanted to be like us. So, but now those countries have surpassed us and now doing really good with the having a properly aligned with nature, and it's green. Sorry. So that country is Singapore, and I want to add how they have gone surpass us and live in harmony with nature. So let me share a quick video.
Climate change, an existential threat of our times. A crisis that waits for no one. Our Singapore Green Plan 2030 is a whole-of-nation movement that advances Singapore's sustainable development. It is our commitment to climate action as we join countries around the world to reach net zero emissions by 2050. Our Green Plan charts ambitious and concrete targets over 5 key pillars. Climate change brings on new and long-term challenges to Singapore. So, we need to build a resilient future to tackle these risks. We are investing in climate research and studying how to fortify our coastlines against rising sea levels. To tackle soaring temperatures, we are designing effective heat mitigation strategies. We are safeguarding our water and food supply to ensure we will always have enough, despite changing weather conditions and supply disruptions. Here at home, we are growing more food locally, working with farms to expand their production capacities and capabilities in a climate-resilient way. Singapore's transformation into a city in nature never stops. We are building up our carbon sinks by extending greenery throughout our island. While safeguarding our core green spaces, we're also making parks more accessible to everyone. As we intensify greening across Singapore, we bring nature and our rich biodiversity closer to us. Ultimately, creating a green, livable, and sustainable home for all Singaporeans. Small actions can create a big impact. Today, we are living more sustainably to leave behind a smaller carbon footprint, while also cultivating greener habits and mindsets for our next generation. In schools, sustainability is integrated into our curriculum, campus, culture, and community to nurture our students as stewards of the environment. By pursuing a circular economy, we reuse and recycle precious resources so that nothing goes to waste. The extended producer responsibility for e-waste and packaging waste is an important next step in achieving sustainable living. Walking, cycling, and taking public transport are the most eco-friendly ways to travel. So we will continue to expand our public transport network with more cycling paths to make our commutes even greener. Singapore is making decisive moves towards cleaner energy sources and building more energy-efficient infrastructure. Our city will be connected by greener public transport. Electric vehicles will power every move on our roads, and our air and sea hubs will also run on cleaner energy. A sustainable future starts with rethinking how we power our country. We are greening new and existing buildings while working with occupants to optimize their energy consumption. Solar is our most viable clean energy option, and we are maximizing it where we can, from building rooftops to reservoirs and other open spaces. We are also working with partners to develop regional power grids, as well as low-carbon alternatives like hydrogen to decarbonize our energy sources and enhance our energy security. Singapore is transitioning to a greener and more sustainable economy. The journey of decarbonization has already begun, and we are helping our enterprises to adopt sustainable practices while seizing new jobs and growth opportunities in the green economy. The carbon tax introduced in 2019 is an important step in this transition. Singapore is committed to supporting our industries, enterprises, and workers to harness sustainability as a competitive advantage. We are also developing cross-border partnerships through green economy agreements with various countries. The 5 Green Plan pillars are supported by 2 enablers: a green government and a green citizenry. Our public sector is leading the way to decarbonize operations and embed sustainability in our core business, while partnering and empowering communities to take action today. As a global community, we are all in this together. The path to a better world starts with you and me. We can all play our part and live sustainably today. Let's forge a better and greener Singapore together.
Yeah, it clearly showed live in harmony with nature never stops growth. So true sustainability, they are living with true sustainability, and they are in their even in their curriculum, but in Sri Lanka we don't have. But we thought of doing what we can do, so that's why we founded Green Future Network. That's the basic or the vision behind this. So with that, we thought of doing the Green Career Readiness program. This is our flagship foundation course introducing the green skills for you. So I am now going to introduce you what this program is about and what it has and how you can join with this. So as I mentioned, this flagship foundation course is designed to equip you students, graduates, early professionals with the skills, mindset, and confidence to thrive in the green economy. So even if you are not like sustainability professional, but if you are passionate about that and need to step into a green career, so this program offers the clarity and capability you need to lead with purpose. So basically this is a 11 module course covering like 20 hours, covering also vast area of sustainability, and we hope to complete this within 6 to 8 weeks. And both technical and soft skills also will be there. This training will be there. And it's with interactive sessions, real world tasks, and also with mini projects. All this will be delivered online, so that anyone can access from anywhere. But now we are thinking of having at least one session, or maybe the last session, like in person. That will add more benefit for you also. And this is delivered by industry professionals, and they will share their first-hand experience along the journey. And every one of the resource persons are young professionals like you, and they are really passionate about true sustainability. So, like as Professor highlights always, true sustainability is what we need, and that's the light I had also in when shifting my career. So anyway, this session or this program, you will learn from basics like what is climate change, what are the SDGs and everything, all the technical skills, and also we will focus on the soft skills as well, what is required to thrive as a sustainability professionals. Actually, not only as a sustainability professionals. When you enter to the workforce, you will need those skills. And we noticed that with my experience and with our resource panel's experience, many of you know something about sustainability, but here we are going to, we will help you connect the dots with our own experience. So at the end of the program, you will gain a certificate in Green Career Readiness, and your membership along the Green Future Network will be upgraded to the next level, Eco Hive Trailblazer, and we will gain digital badges and member recognition also there. And also you will gain the priority access to internships and events and personalized mentorship. And now I am going to introduce our founding mentors, or the resource panel behind this one. Apart from myself, Semini Hasanti, she's a manager sustainability at EFL Global. Chatura Vidhanapatirana, founder at Creative Junction. Venura Jayasinghe, a smart and green building practitioner. Jani Disanayaka, Group Chief Technology Officer, CEO of Newnop. I think, Semini, you are there.
Yes, Upeksha.
Yes.
Hope you can see me clearly.
Yes, yeah. Before that, let me introduce you. So she's one of the true friend of mine, and we discussed when we developed the Green Future Network, we had so many discussions, and we wanted to make this a reality now. Actually, I'm happy to see this reality. So Semini Hasanti, as I mentioned, she's the manager sustainability at EFL Global. Sorry. She's a manager sustainability at EFL Global, leading ESG and GHG initiatives across 38 countries. And also, she is a former project lead at Green Building Council of Sri Lanka, and developed Green rating system for SMEs, and led transformation of 100 plus rural SMEs into climate smart enterprises with the Australian aid funded project, and contributor to CDP, SBTi, EcoWads, and global emission reporting. And she represents Sri Lanka in UNGC Climate Task Force, GLEC, and Clean Cargo, and holds a BS in Agricultural Resource Management, and is pursuing an MS in Applied Statistics as well. And now she's a founding mentor of GFN, offering expert guidance and unwavering support. So, Semini, could you please add some thought on this?
Yeah, thank you very much, Upeksha. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me for this initiative. It's a great pleasure to work with you and work with all these prestigious mentors as well as fresh graduates. Seeing good energy here. So I'm so happy for that. And it's a real pleasure to have Professor Rangika Halwatura here. I mean, he's a hero. I would consider him as a hero in my career as well. Just to give a brief thought about this program, as well as what we should develop as sustainability professionals, just thinking out loud. I myself selected sustainability as my career, basically just purely because of my passion, because my first degree is not in the scope of sustainability directly. So I studied agriculture, resource management. Obviously, I learned some aspects of sustainability, like sustainable agriculture, sustainable resource management, likewise, but was not necessarily the main core elements of sustainability scope. But I did struggle at the beginning of my career to develop knowledge as well as skills that could kind of like that really need to fine tune, shape my career within the company that I worked before. So I kind of understand the struggle of a fresh graduate, where it's necessary to develop a lot of skills to build a career in this upcoming field. But just want to let you all know it's a learning curve for all of us. So we also had that learning curve, and still we are moving in that learning curve. And it's all about the passion and the mindset, as clearly mentioned by Professor Rangika Halwatura. It's all about your mindset and the willingness to learn more, explore more, and add sustainability into your life itself. Like, sustainability is a life skill, not just a career for us. I mean, it's easy, it's easy for you to develop a very comprehensive waste management policy and then implement it in your company one day. But if you are like really trying to reduce the waste that you are generating, try to apply 3R, 5R, 7R concepts into your life, you will realize how it's really difficult for us to minimize the waste, how to find alternatives for polythene, plastic, likewise. So once you go through that struggle, only you will realize the actual hardship and the actual measures that you have to take to work around that. So I would suggest you all to try to apply sustainability as a life skill into your life personally, and then project it towards your career, like Professor Rangika Halwatura clearly mentioned. Also, sustainability is not now a standalone industry or a scope. So it has a lot of cross-functional matters. Even if you are working for a company sustainability department itself, like if you're just working for a dedicated sustainability department, even in that situation also you have to work with other departments like HR, finance, corporate planning, admin. So a lot of cross-functional matters are there, like a lot of multi-stakeholder engagement is there. So the passion and the knowledge about sustainability is not necessarily enough to survive in a corporate environment, or else a sustainability, or else in the sustainability scope. Of course, you have a lot of options. You have sustainability. You can explore sustainability career in academic sector, in research sector, maybe in charity or humanitarian sector, or else in corporate sector. But all of these sectors now transforming towards a kind of like a cross-functional approach, where a lot of skills, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of experiences are required for you to curate yourself to become a true sustainability expert. But the essence of this journey is like actually living that sustainability life by yourself and incorporating those learning aspects to your life first, and then project it towards the company or the SME or your business or whatever you are focusing on. So it's really important for us to learn every day, because I myself, we all learn every day. So be as a sustainability professional, I think it's also very important to have this open mindset, where usually, like in real life, to be to face, in order to face reality, in order to talk reality, you might get a lot of criticisms. Like if you might have to argue with a lot of people, you might have to convince a lot of people to get budgets approved, to go ahead for your initiatives, to cut off a lot of red tapes and all. So you need a lot of consistency, and you need a lot of soft skills to work around that. So I think this program really helps you to improve that skill set, as well as the mindset, to become a sustainability professional in this industry and survive in this industry in the future as well. So thank you very much again. Thank you very much again for inviting me for this opportunity. I'm happy to talk with you all during the next sessions as well. I would like to congratulate all of you for your career. Let's meet soon and discuss more.
Yes, thank you, Semini, for sharing your thought. That's really valuable, and hope the audience has a lot to take from you. So let's meet again at the next session. So I would like to next introduce our next resource person, Chatura Vidanapathiran. He's a founder of the Creative Junction, as well as a certified trainer, SLITAD, and communications skills coach. So he's also a lecturer with 8+ years experience in corporate training and skills development, and engineering graduate from University of Moratuwa, holding he also holds a diploma in training and human talent development, associate member in Sri Lanka Institute of Training and Development. He has held leadership roles in Isaac, Toastmasters, and Lions Club, and known for his dynamic facilitation style and learner-centered approach. So now he's also a founding mentor of Green Future Network, shaping mindset development and personal growth experience. So over to you, Chatura, for sharing some thought.
Hi, Peksha. Hi, everyone. Good evening. We have 8 billion people in the world, but how many of them actually strive for sustainability, or else to enforce green concepts? So I think it's not even 1%. So we need people to get this message across. I saw how Professor Halwatura about 10, 12 years ago, how he started this. He was already an expert, but people didn't know about him. So he started going on radio, TV. He started talking to people. He started attending podcasts on social media. He started writing posts. So he started emanating this message out to the public. That's how people got to know about this. That's what inspired people, especially people like Upeksha and all the faculty members we have here. So it's not enough if you only practice green concepts in your job or in your day-to-day life. If you're only striving for sustainability in what you do in your routine work, it's not enough. You need to be an agent in achieving sustainability. You need to get more people into this community, and as humanity, as a community, as a herd of people, we need to achieve sustainability. So as people who are hearing this, maybe for the first time, maybe you have heard this before, but you are going to become a part of this initiative. And I think this is done for the first time in Sri Lanka. So you would be able to talk to other people, you would be able to carry this message. So there you need soft skills, as Semini very correctly mentioned. You need soft skills. You need to talk to people, not just talking, you need to convince them. You need to tell them what is going to happen if you don't do this, not to you, maybe to your children, maybe to your grandkids. So communication is key. Developing your soft skills is key. You need to be an agent in making this change. So as she said, I studied engineering, but I switched my career into training and development. So I was lucky enough to develop my skills. Therefore, I could make a change in my career, and now I'm making an impact in other people's lives. So I'm excited to meet you all. Let's see what we can do together. And finally, this is not just for the world, this is not just for the community, this is for you as well. Develop your skills. AI is replacing a lot of aspects, knowledge, our routine work, day-to-day work, but your soft skills cannot be replaced by AI. So sustain your career as well with soft skills. So hopefully we'll meet in person. And thank you for making me a part of this, Upeksha. Over to you. Excited to work with you in the future. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Chatara. So he's the resource person who will teach you the soft skills. So you will meet him if you register our course. Okay, next resource person, Vendra Jayasinghe, a smart and green building practitioner. He's a doctoral candidate at University of Kelaniya, researching AI in customer relation management. Holds an MBA, Cardiff Metropolitan University, and diploma in counseling and psychology. He's also a lecturer and research supervisor specializing in digital transformation and innovation management, expert in AI, robotics, blockchain, fintech, metaverse, and chatbot design. Founder of a smart building solutions company, delivering different automation systems, combine technical innovation with human-centered design, and he guides institutions and learners to be future-ready in a digital world. He is also a founding mentor of GFN, Green Future Network, contributing vision, tech expertise, and entrepreneurial insight. So, over to you, Vendra. Sorry, you're on mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Sure. Right. Very warm welcome to each and every one of you, and Upeksha, and thank you very much taking this initiative, which is for me is like an very essential initiative to the country and to the world. And we are at a very challenging situation in our lives. So we have to, I mean, naturally, we are consuming more and more energy daily basis. AI, of course, it has contributed a lot of green emission, and it sucks energy through their massive data centers and all. So by the meantime, while consuming more energy, we have to reduce the carbon energy, and it has been mandated in the, as we discussed, World Economic Forum and some other the other European and the other very essential organizations have also highlighted that we have to take actions. Uh, it may be quite late, but again, it's better to be rather than never. So we are at the forefront of, we are at the stage of the step of taking actions phase. So when we talk about actions, there are a lot of companies who have come forward and looking forward to take or do whatever they can. But as Upeksha mentioned, even the professor mentioned in the in his speech, we see we like to do something, but as an individuals, more than that, as of companies, there's a knowledge gap. How do we do that? And can we really do that? And one thing, I mean, today I saw one article published by Toyota from a manufacturer. So it might be a little bit biased as well, but I'd like to highlight the fact that, and EVs new electric vehicles are eating into their damage, environmental damage is equal to 27 units of hybrid vehicles. So in other words, EVs are not that eco-friendly, that in that way, that much. Uh, there are some better solutions in the world. So we are talking about total cost of ownership and total cost of total emission of carbon dioxide and the environmental damages. So those are some of the concerns we don't really need on the surface level. We have to dig in. So when we want to dig in, that is where we need some energetic and knowledgeable workforce. So I highly believe this initiative will be able to enhance our knowledge base and to produce and to become like more skillful real practitioners who contribute to save carbon emission, enhance sustainability, ultimately save ourselves by saving the world. So that's how I see this initiative. And in this journey, we'll be getting a lot of opportunities to learn, acquire new knowledge, and practice it, and contribute to the world and the organizations and needy people. And it's like right standing in front of the mirror and saving, I'm gonna save you. So like it's a moment likewise, and it's a moment of self-care, self-protection through sustainability. So thank you very much, and all the very best to Peksha and those who are in the community will be connecting more and more in future to share same vision. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Venerable, for your thoughts on Green Future Network and the Green Career Readiness Program. So next, the last resource person of this Green Future Network, Janit Disanaika. He's one of our, he's the Group Chief Technology Officer and CEO of New Sri Lanka, and passionate researcher and sustainability professional. So he resides in South Korea, and he's also professional. He has awarded presidential awards for his scientific research, and also an award for academic achievement, Ministry of Education in South Korea. And he has led post-collapse rehabilitation of Mitharamulla open dump in Sri Lanka. And he's a chief statistician for World Bank funded PLEASE project on microplastic flux in Kalani River. And he has also developed a dissolved gas analyzer for transformer fault detection. He's the designer on-site hazardous gas monitoring system for landfill in South Korea. Now, he is a founding mentor of Green Future Network, bringing global research expertise and data-driven credibility. So we are proud to have you, Janit. Over to you to share your thoughts.
Hi, everyone. It's very nice to sort of see this kind of an activity like being initiated in Sri Lanka. And thank you, Upeksha, for organizing that and involving me in this activity as well. And I think like all of our mentors and Professor Halwatura has emphasized on the fact why we need to sort of think long-term and think about sustainability, right? So in every country that I have been to and I have worked at, including South Korea, like there is a huge emphasis on ESG practices. ESG encompasses like environmental aspects, social aspects, and governance aspects. I think most of the time, like in Sri Lanka, we are either compromising on one pillar or the other, right? So through this activity, I strongly believe that we will be able to sort of build on top of that, build on what we have and improve on it. And also like almost all the sustainability projects that we have initiated has to have a monitoring aspect. That is where like the technology comes in, like whether it's sensors or whether it's AI or whether it's software. You have to fuse all of them, all of those elements together to create a composite solution or like a very comprehensive solution that will give information to the policymakers. For example, like the gas monitoring solution that we have built at Sudokon landfill site in South Korea, which is the largest in Southeast Asia. was emitting gases, and the people who were nearby had a very high lung cancer incident rate. So when you have such population data, like population indicators, you wonder why, what's happening. Then the biggest culprit was at that time was the landfill site. So they wanted to measure and monitor the gases, but then people are very sensitive to gas. So like even tiny smell, like we get irritated, right? So we had to monitor like the gas concentrations at parts per trillion level. So which is really not possible with sensors. So we had to create and develop some on-site gas chromatography, ion chromatography, and some NDIR sensors. So through that, we actually proved that the landfill site is not basically the culprit of, like this population statistics, I think. So those kind of information, when it is available, we have to find where the problem is. So that deep dive at that time was pretty much analytical and it would have taken time. But now with AI solutions, like even with ChatGPT, actually, like you can do many things. So through this course, I think like we will be talking more about how we can apply sensors and AI and the software technologies to identify various type of pollution and pollution sources, and then what we can do and build to remediate those pollution types in soil, air, and water. So I'm very excited to sort of, like discuss these things with you in the future. Thank you, Peksha, once again for, like organizing this, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you, Janit, for sharing your thoughts on this one. Okay, so I am really thankful for all the mentors for having me join with Green Future Network, and we are excited to have you there in our Green Career Readiness program as well. So with that, we are ending up the session, but before that, if you have any questions, it's the time for you to ask and clarify. And by the way, the Green Career Readiness program will start in July, hopefully 2nd July 2025. So we will share you the details if you are interested in joining the session, joining this program. Please let us know, and we will share this feedback form also. Please fill that and support us, sharing your thoughts on the success of this first program. And if you have questions, please ask now. Okay, one of you is asking the cost fee. Yeah, so this is actually we are doing it like a kind of a service. So this is the startup. This is the very first session. So we thought of giving you at a concessional price of 7,500. And this has 10 modules and one project, as well as there will be one physical session as well. So all to 7,500, and you can make it with 2 installments. Since you're undergraduates and early professionals, we are flexible in that way. Yeah, another one is asking when the sessions are happening. Every session will be happening in the evenings, starting 7 p.m. So first session, we will start the Green Career Readiness program in the first week of July. 1 day per week, 1 to 2 days per week at evenings. Any more questions? Yeah, what kind of training programs going to conduct in near future? So this is the first session we are going to plan, Green Career Readiness Program, and through that we will cover so many aspects in like green skills. We will cover so many green skills, but we hope to conduct a few other sessions like workshops. So we will let you know that it's still under discussion. So we will share you all these things. But don't forget to follow us on our social media. Um, we will let you know once the programs are ready. Okay. Okay. Is it okay to not to have good English? So yeah, language is not a barrier. So we are talking with you in a very friendly manner, but the course will be conducted in English, but we are here to guide you. So you don't need to worry about the language. Course duration, it's 6 to 8 weeks, starting from July first week to it will end up within the August. By the end of August, you will get the certificate and you will feel the difference. Yes. Okay. Meanwhile, shall we have a quick photograph? If you're there, please open your camera and get ready for a quick capture. Okay. Yes, I'll count. Let's get others also to switch on the camera and get ready for the quick capture. Okay. Okay. I'll count 1 to 3. One, two, three. Again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's see if there are any more questions. Any more questions, everyone? If not, we can conclude the session. So, Kalpana, over to you for the conclusion.
Okay. What a powerful and grounding session that has been. A sincere thank to you, Professor Rangika Halwatura, for the thought-provoking keynote, and to Peksha for sharing her story and vision. A heartfelt thank to our founding mentors, the guiding lights who believed in their vision from day one and helped shape the Green Future Network into the powerful movement it is becoming. Your wisdom, time, and unwavering support mean the world to us. And most importantly, thank you all of you who joined us today. By showing up, you've taken the first step in building not just your career, but a future that matters. This is just the beginning. Through Eco Hive and Green Future Network, we'll continue to learn, act, and rise together. Until we meet again, stay curious, stay purposeful, and keep rising as green leaders. Thank you, and see you in our next session.
Okay, thank you, Kalpana, and thank you, everyone. And we will share a feedback form also in the chat. Please help us providing your thoughts on this. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.